So in today's video, I thought we'd compare the newly released Galaxy Tab A8 by Samsung versus a tablet that came out back in 2019. So this should be a pretty easy win, right? Once you start comparing these two, I think most people are going to be surprised by the results, especially if you've never used the Galaxy Tab S5e before. The price of the Galaxy Tab A8 starts right around $230 with 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage, where the Tab S5e starts right around $300 in the United States anyways, depending on where you get it from, and that's with 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of storage. They even have a 6 GB of RAM with 128 GB of storage for the Tab S5e. I kind of wish I had that version, but obviously the price is going to change depending on which version you get and whether you get the Wi-Fi only or the SIM card version. Nice thing is you can also use a micro SD card up to 512 GB on the Tab S5e or 1 TB on the Tab A8. Nice thing is you can use a micro SD card for expanded storage up to 512 GB on the Tab S5e, 1 TB on the Tab A8. One of the most important parts of a tablet is definitely going to be the screen. Both of these tablets have a 10.5-inch screen, but when you put them next to each other, it's going to be quite surprising on how much better the Tab S5e looks compared to the Tab A8. The S5e has a Super AMOLED 2560 by 1600 resolution compared to the TFT 1920 by 1200 resolution on the Tab A8. Besides being a higher resolution screen, the first thing I noticed when putting these next to each other is the Tab S5e is quite a bit brighter and definitely has better viewing angles. It might be kind of hard to tell in this video, but in person, yeah, it's really not that close. Now, if you like tablets, phones, and other tech, consider hitting that subscribe button. I try to cover as much on the channel as possible, and I'll be posting more videos this year than ever before. You also get 2160p resolution when watching YouTube videos with the Tab S5e, 1080p resolution on the Tab A8. You also get full HD playback on Netflix for the Tab S5e, only SD playback on the Tab A8. Not sure if you can tell from this video, but here's what they look like as far as color differences and screen brightness. Now you are going to get a headphone jack on the Tab A8, but you don't get one on the S5e. One nice feature that you do get on the S5e though is a fingerprint scanner right there on the power button. You also get a 7040 milliamp hour battery on both of these tablets, but you're probably thinking higher resolution on the Tab S5e must mean that it's going to be worse battery life compared to the newer Galaxy Tab A8. Well, in my battery drain test, I actually got 9 hours of battery life on the S5e, only 7 hours on the Tab A8. So if you want the tablet with better battery life, then yeah, the older Tab S5e is the better option in this category. I know battery life is pretty subjective depending on how you use the device, but both of these are going to get you through the whole day with normal usage, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down, and you get fast charging on both tablets as well. When it comes to the performance of these two tablets, they're going to be very similar in Geekbench testing, and just how it feels moving around the software, there isn't going to be a huge difference between the two. You get a Unisoc T618 processor on the Tab A8 and a Snapdragon 670 processor on the Tab S5e. The Tab S5e that I've got here is the 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of storage. The Tab A8 is 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage. So a little bit of difference there, but still performance-wise is basically the same. And then when it comes to gaming, again, it's going to be very similar on these two. You get HD graphics, high frame rates on games like PUBG Mobile. Asphalt 9 plays really nice and smooth on both of these as well. Now, neither of these two are considered gaming tablets, but they definitely get the job done, and I think most people are going to enjoy gaming on either tablet, even if the performance is not going to be as good as some of those more expensive tablets, especially considering these are more budget-friendly devices. Another great feature on these two tablets is definitely going to be the quad speaker setup that you get with Dolby Atmos, which actually sounds really good for tablets. These are definitely a couple of the best sounding tablets that you'll hear, in my opinion, especially as far as budget tablets go. Both are great for watching videos, listening to music while you're working on something else. Here's a quick audio test just to give you an idea of how they sound. Now, both tablets that I have here are currently on Android 11, One UI 3.1, and you're going to get a very similar experience with both, except a couple features that you're going to get on the S5e that you won't get on the Tab A8. You can connect a keyboard and mouse to either tablet, and it's going to be one of the better ways to be more productive on a tablet, but the S5e with Samsung DeX takes it one step further and definitely makes it feel a little bit closer to using a regular laptop. Plus, you can even connect the Tab S5e to an external monitor or TV if you like. Unfortunately, you can't do that with the Tab A8. Now, one downside, from what I've seen at least, is that Android 11 might be the last software update for the S5e, which is a bummer because I know it could handle Android 12 just as good as the Tab A8 or S6 Lite. So you're definitely going to get longer software updates on the Tab A8, but at least you're going to get security updates for another year or so on the Tab S5e. When it comes to cameras on these two, it's going to be sort of what you would expect in a more affordable tablet on the Tab A8, but on the S5e, I feel like you're getting better quality photos, videos. You get a 13 megapixel rear facing camera versus 8 megapixel. Then you're also getting an 8 megapixel on the front facing camera versus only 5 megapixels on the Tab A8. So if you're planning on using these for a video conference call, you'll definitely want to grab the Tab S5e, but just make sure you have good lighting regardless of which one you choose. Here's a few samples of photos and videos to give you an idea of what to expect from each. So that's pretty much all the time we have for this comparison. Hopefully it gave you a little closer look at comparing the new Galaxy Tab A8 to the older Galaxy Tab S5e. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from S5e Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.